Welcome to our scientific video about comets. Today we're going to dive into the fascinating world of comets and discover some of their most interesting characteristics. As we all know, comets are celestial bodies made up of ice, dust, and rock, and they orbit around the Sun. But it hasn't always been this way. In the past, comets were seen as mysterious and unexplained phenomena. Ancient cultures saw comets as omens, often associating them with bad luck or impending disasters. They were also thought to be portents of change, signaling the rise and fall of kings or the arrival of great leaders. Even in more recent history, comets were not well understood and were often shrouded in superstition and fear. It wasn't until the scientific revolution that comets began to be studied and understood for what they truly are: celestial bodies made of ice, dust, and rock. The formation of a comet's tail is a fascinating process that occurs when a comet gets close to the Sun. As the comet approaches the Sun, the heat causes the ice on the surface of the comet to vaporize and form a cloud of gas and dust around the nucleus of the comet. This cloud, called the coma, can be very long, stretching out millions of kilometers behind the comet as it moves through space. The tail is actually composed of two parts, a dust tail and an ion tail, both of which point in slightly different directions due to the different physical properties of the material that makes them up. The tail of dust is left behind in the comet's orbit in such a manner that it often forms a curved tail. At the same time, the ion tail, made of gases, always points along the streamlines of the solar wind, as it is strongly affected by the magnetic field of the plasma of the solar wind. The ion tail follows the magnetic field lines rather than an orbital trajectory. The reason for this is that the dust particles are much heavier than the ionized gas, so they are not affected as much by the solar wind. The dust particles simply follow the orbital path of the comet. The ionized gas, on the other hand, is much lighter and is more easily pushed by the solar wind. It is ionized by the solar wind and forms a tail that points directly away from the Sun. The comets are often referred to as dirty snowballs because of their composition. But did you know that not all comets are the same? Recent studies have shown that the water on comets may have a different composition than the water on Earth. The European Space Agency's Rosetta spacecraft, which orbited Comet 67P, found that the deuterium to hydrogen ratio on the comet was about 3 times higher than on Earth. This means that the water on 67P has a higher concentration of deuterium. Water composed of deuterium instead of hydrogen is also known as heavy water. While this might sound alarming, it's important to note that heavy water is not toxic in small amounts like those found on 67P. However, it does have implications for the origin of water on Earth. The deuterium to hydrogen ratio on Comet Halley, studied by the Giotto spacecraft in the 1980s, was also found to be different than on Earth. This suggested that comets from the Oort cloud, like Halley, were not responsible for bringing water to Earth. However, in 2011, the Herschel Space Telescope's analysis of Comet Hartley 2, which is believed to be from the Kuiper belt, found a ratio more similar to that on Earth. This led to the hypothesis that comets closer to Earth, such as those in the Kuiper belt, may have been responsible for bringing water to our planet. But the recent discovery on 67P, which is also a Jupiter family comet like Hartley 2, has put a new twist on the water origin theory. It seems to favor the idea that asteroids may have been the main carriers of water to Earth. As the principal investigator of the Rosetta mission, Catherine Altwegg, said, "Our results seem to favor those models that contemplate asteroids as the main means of transport for the oceans on Earth." In conclusion, comets are not just dirty snowballs, but complex celestial bodies that hold many secrets about the origins of our solar system and even our planet. We hope you enjoyed learning about comets with us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give us a like and turn on notifications for more fascinating scientific videos. Thank you for watching.